Yvette Carter said, hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day and your birthday, darling. I did. I really did. I'm so grateful to God. Dara P, I see you all in there. Thank you all so much. You guys made it extra special as well, but I really had a wonderful birthday. Only I woke up and I was just thanking God that I had such an amazing, amazing birthday. And thank you to all the wonderful, beautiful people that made it extra special as well. Thank you to everybody. I'm not going to call people's names this morning, but thank you for the ones that even sent me Cash App on yesterday, who weren't here Saturday. Appreciate you all. You guys won't believe that I got $52. $52 from my daughter, right? And I was like, she said happy Mother's Day and happy birthday. And then I was wondering, why would my daughter send me an odd number? This is what I'm thinking. I was on the phone talking to somebody. When my daughter sent me an odd number, $52, why did she just send 50? Then I realized, oh my God, my daughter sent me $52 because of 52. Guys, by the time I caught myself and realized, duh, she's trying to play a game on you. You're 52, so she sent you $52. I started laughing so bad. And I had to end up messaging her, and I put some laughter in there as well because it was funny after I realized the $52. I'm like, why did the girl send me an odd number? But yes, so my God, I tell you, that's how children will get you, okay? When you least expecting. I'm glad I figured it out because then we both had something to laugh about, you know? Because that's what I used to do with my kids as well when they were growing up, right? If they reached like 9, I gave them $9. If they reached 10, I gave them $10 in addition to gifts. So now she's playing that on me. But it was funny. Hazel said, yes, it was Saturday. Okay, right. Yeah, Saturday evening. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking too. We were here Saturday. Then Hazel was typing that. So I'm glad to hear that you had a wonderful time. Keisha Franklin, I see you all as you're joining in. My kids will be the one to play tricks on me. Trust me, they would. I'm telling you, they do that. But it was funny. At least I had a good laugh. Hazel said, wonderful. I model hats. Wow, really? Did you take any pictures? Oh my God, that sounds like fun. I've never been to a tea party in my life, but that sounds like it would be fun, definitely. Nice. Enjoy life here because you don't know how long you're here. Enjoy life, and hopefully your children or your grandchildren will also celebrate you as well, and other friends and family. So yes, this is Sunday was a big dinner party with friends. Nice. Peter, I see you in there. I am so glad to hear that as well. But my daughter will never hear that I talk about this online, obviously, because my daughter don't come on Facebook. So, but we had a good laugh when I text her. And I think I texted her because why? Okay, I was getting ready because she sent it on yesterday morning. Even though she had messaged me. Oh, geez, I lost track of time here. But anyhow, when I text came in, I was talking to someone on the phone. I'm like, what else? Even he sent me 52. Because you know how Cash App gives you the pop-up messages. Oh my God. When I told Mark started to laugh and shake his head. Because Mark got this thing about, like I do as well. He would just shake his head and say, right? So I think he got that from me anyhow. It's all good. So yes, my people, I had a wonderful time, and Mark is asking me, what are we doing for his birthday, or what is it again? I tell you, boy, you're supposed to have a date. You asking me? You're going to be 16. You talking about you want to go to the movies? Go to the movies by yourself? Like, does that make sense? You're supposed to have a date. And Mark said, Mom, what date are you talking about? I said, like a date with a girl. You can go to the movies by yourself, Mark, seriously. Anyhow, he's saying that he want to go to the movies. I don't know about that one yet because you know that this is a new place where we're at. And I know that the movie theater is in the mall. Yeah, but the time that this movie's starting at, I don't know about that one, guys. The movie's starting at 7:30, I think he said, at night. So you know that's going to be for at least 2 hours, right? So I don't know about him in that movie. And I'm not going to the mall at no time like that to walk around while I wait for him. No, no, no. That's not going to work. But if he go, he got to go there by lift. He got to come back by lift. And, you know, I don't know about that part yet. Let me wait and see how that one goes. Let me see how I feel about that as the week go by. Lady Luck, I see you in the house, darling. How are you doing? How was your Mother's Day? How was everybody's Mother's Day? But I take, Lady Luck, was it you that messaged me yesterday on my Google Voice? Or maybe it was somebody else. Maybe somebody messaged me though. A small conversation. It was a 347, so that's why I was saying I wasn't sure if it was yours. Because unless it comes to my regular number that shows your name, then I would remember the numbers. But Julie Peter King, I see you in there. I see you in there. Welcome, welcome, everyone. So yes, my people, let's just, today is just one of those days that I didn't even get to go around the app to see what Caddy was up to or anybody else really, because, you know, I was just kind of out there doing my own thing and not being on social media. But the dinner was really great. We had, well, Mark ordered a steak, some New York steak. And when his steak came, I was like, that's that little thing. But I was smarter than him, obviously, right? Because you know me, I'm not big on steak like that. So I tell him, like, bring me steak and ribs. So that way, at least I have a combination of both. But I end up bringing home some anyways, because it was just too many things, you know what I mean? Lady Luck said, my Mother's Day was great. Thank you for asking me. You are welcome, darling. I'm asking everybody. I want to know if anybody had anything out the norm that they cooked, that they ate, or other people cooked. Because you were not supposed to be cooking. You were supposed to be pampered, is what you were supposed to be. Pampered. Because some people, I think I was talking to a guy on Saturday on the phone, and he thought it was weird that people would be going out to do their nails, their toes, and, you know, getting their eyebrows and stuff done, their eyelashes. But I told him, what you don't realize is that a lot of times mothers, grandmothers, those people might not be going out and doing it for themselves. Maybe the children, maybe the daughter or the son say, Mom, I want you to go and do this for yourself. I booked this appointment for us to go here or go do this. Sometimes it goes like that as well, right? Or some people just choose to treat themselves. Because nothing is wrong with treating yourself here. You working hard, you're working for your own money. And even if your husband or your boyfriend give you money, guess what? You can still treat yourself. You don't have to wait for nobody to do it for you. Editra, thank you so much, darling. Thank you. You can still treat yourself as long as you still paying your bills. Because don't go and do these things and don't pay your bills. As long as you're paying your bills and you're buying food and you got some money left over and you choose to treat yourself every now and then, nothing is wrong with that. Or when you have a special occasion like Hazel always got something to go to when it's not some event, which is awesome, you know what I mean? Because I think the last event that Hazel had went to as well in New York, where Diana Ross was there, I was like, oh my gosh, now that's things that I would really enjoy, you know what I mean? Because even the little videos that she had sent me with Diana Ross performing on stage and stuff like that, that's not like things that people just go to every week, you know what I mean? But events like that, you just get out and go and enjoy with a crowd, you know what I mean? And it's not like you're doing it for, you know, nobody else. You just want to see an idol that you were always watching. But that's something that I would enjoy as well. Going to one of those concerts and just enjoying. And you know that in New York, there's many things that goes on there, many events. When I was living there, yes, I used to hear about a lot of events, whether we're in Times Square or different places like that. But once I move away, you know what I mean? It's like you just lose touch of those things. But definitely, if I was living in New York again, guess what? Every weekend or every month, if I hear about something, I will want to be there. I will want to try it. As long as I know that it's a place that's going to be safe and I ain't got nothing to worry about, you know what I mean? Because they're going to got security or whatever, then I'll be there. Because you know sometimes at some of these concerts, all depends on what types they are or who people are going to watch, sometimes it can get really rowdy. You know what I mean? Hazel, I know that you can elaborate, darling. When you went to that Diana Ross one, I'm sure that there was security, right? When you came in, that you had to check through. Was there security to make sure nobody ain't coming in there with no damn till? You know what I mean? Because it's Diana Ross and her crew. Peggy Senior, I see you in there, darling. Thank you so much again. Sophia Morgan, I see you. Peggy, what did you do? Did your children cook for you? How did you enjoy it? How did you spend it, I should ask? Anybody had any special dinners or any special treats or any special gift? Hazel said yes. Diana Ross concert was great. Darling, I was not there, but I could tell based on those pictures and those little video clips that you sent me. I never posted them only because I wasn't sure if they were going to be copyrighted, right? So that's why I didn't post them. But definitely I could tell that that concert was really, really nice, man. It was wonderful. And it was really great to see her, you know, still at this age, still doing her thing. You know what I mean? That's a blessing right there. That's a blessing from God itself. How old is Diana Ross now? Because it seemed like Diana Ross was a name that was always around from the time we were growing up. So she got to be about what? Jesus. Is she in her 70s now? 70s, maybe? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to sip on my coffee for a good cool. But Lady Luck said, my son made me breakfast. There you go. That's nice. That's what it's all about. Wonderful. So who did the cooking, Lady Luck? He made the breakfast. Did you end up cooking or did your daughter cook? How did that go? Let us know. But Deborah Nelson said, my son cooked dinner for me. He made birria tacos. All right. Hopefully, I'm not sure what type of tacos that is, but he cooked the meal for several hours and made his own salsa. It was delicious. I was so proud of him. Oh, that's wonderful. That sounds delicious. Anything tacos. Unless it's fish taco. I mean, I have never tried a fish taco, so I don't know. But tacos are really delicious. Wow, that was nice of him. Deborah Nelson, how old is your son? What? Really, Lady Luck? Diana Ross is 80? Here, I'm talking about 70-something. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Guys, if you have seen that concert that Hazel went to, the way how she was still up there on that stage, Diana Ross getting down, 80 years old? Damn. By God, blessing her. Woo. Yes. Okay, yeah, I figure Hazel. Hazel said yes, it was security check. My God. That's awesome. Peggy Simeon said they cooked so much, but I couldn't eat much because I wasn't feeling the best. Sorry to hear that, darling. But you know what? They got any leftovers. Some people think that they can't eat leftovers, that once it's cooked today and they eat it, they can't eat it another day. Hello, not me. I'm not one of them kind of people. I can eat leftovers, okay? So Peggy, hopefully you're one of those people that don't have no problem eating leftovers. And guess what? You can still enjoy it. I hope that you're feeling much better today as well. Marge, thank you so much. Marge, did you have any excited things to deliver over the weekend? I'm curious. Anything excited going on, Marge? But Lady Luck said, my baby boy, no cooking for dinner. Okay. All right, nothing wrong with that, darling. If he made you a big breakfast, because let me tell you, sometimes if I make pancakes, scrambled eggs, bacon, and I eat it for breakfast in the morning, but I eat it like 10, I'm full all day. It's just like when you go to IHOP, right? You eat IHOP breakfast, guess what? Your stomach is so full that you can barely even eat dinner in the evening time. So a lot of times that happens to me. I would just eat green salad in the evening, right? With some Caesar dressing because I love Caesar. But Mars said I requested hot dogs. And that's what my son brought. And potato salad also I requested. Well, that is nice. That's nice. That sounds great. And potato salad is delicious. Wonderful, March. Well, I'm happy that your son brought it for you. the thought is what counts, right? And at least that your children still remember you. So that's amazing. Oh, okay, Marge, I see what you're saying. Marge said we had a busy weekend away, so I was keeping it simple. Okay. All right, darling. Deborah Nelson is 27. Okay, that's nice. That's wonderful. Wonderful, right? At least, you know, it makes you feel good when you look, when you think about life and think about your children, and, you know, at least that you raised them well, that they didn't forget about you, or not really forget about you, but like Deborah's son that, you know, made for her the burritos, the taco. I mean, at least you know that they're thinking of you. So that's so good. Because some children will forget your birthday. They will even forget as Mother's Day. And they wouldn't even bother to even reach out to you at Christmas, New Year's, nothing. It's like, I'm on my own now, thanks. I'm here, you know, we're living my own life. And that's not good. You know what I mean? But what? Marcia, I never eat hot dogs. So a hot dog is a treat for me. Really? You don't eat hot dogs? Wow. You know, there was a place, I'm trying to remember if it was New York, that has some hot dogs that when they put the ketchup and mustard and stuff on it in the relish, they had this crunchy thing. I think it, now I get older, you know what I mean? I think it was probably bacon base. But let me tell you guys, when you put all the toppings on top of it, that hot dog used to be the best. So many people used to buy that. And I think maybe it's New York. Because, you know, New York got a lot of different things. Because New York is where I had my first, most amazing pizza. Thanks, though. New York is where I had my first, most amazing pizza. Let me tell you, so delicious and cheesy. Cheesy that it would choke you. Sometimes when you're eating that cheese, if you don't be careful. And I think that was downtown Brooklyn. There was somewhere down there. That was way, way back when downtown Brooklyn was the way it used to be. So that was the best pizza ever. And that time it was only $1.25 back then. And I remember when my mom came here the first time, we were living in New York, we went on there, we bought her that pizza. My mom was chewing pizza. My mom said, Carla can't eat all this cheese. Oh my God, this thing would choke you. I tell her, but that's the enjoyable part of it. But see my mom there pulling off some of the cheese and putting it to the side. I say, you just, you messing with the pizza. She said she can't chew on it. It's feeling like it's choking her. Oh my God, my mom was so funny, Jesus. But Mari said, I didn't know if he was bringing stuff. So I actually made homemade potato salad. And then he brought potato, oh, what? Really? Oh, geez. So now you got extra potato salad now, which is okay. Because you can still eat that today with something else, Marge. No problem, darling. Tessa Sterling, I see you in there. Tessa Sterling said, good morning, everyone. Today is my granddaughter's birthday. Michaela and Alexis, please help me wish them both happy birthday. They are twins. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, happy birthday to Michaela and Alexis. We are wishing them all the best, more years on this earth to come for both of them. I mean, they enjoy their special day. How old are those two girls, Tessa? How old are them today? Oh, that's lovely. Twins. Ooh, nice, nice. Love it. And I think yesterday was also Sophia Millington Carter's grandson's birthday as well. So happy belated birthday to him. Sophia, if you come along, or if you typed before. But Hazel said yes. So 80 years and still beautiful. That's what I'm telling you. 80 years. And I saw that one up there performing when you sent me that video. I know that she's already up there in age, right? Because like I said, when we was coming up, she was already always around, right? But wow, that's amazing. Long life. Ooh, really? Lady Luck is saying she is 80 years. Her and Patti LaBelle is the same age. Really? Okay. I don't know. I know Patti LaBelle is up there as well, but I didn't think of her age. That mean that Oprah probably behind them too. When I say behind them, that Oprah probably gonna be there. Well, she probably already close. I don't know. But you know, I'm thinking about people that we saw, whether we saw them on the TV, the performing, whatever, over the years. And now that we are this age, we know that then people got to be up there in age. You know what I mean? I'm not going to call them old. Because, hey, people call us old, right? So 50 is old to some people. But these people, like Patti LaBelle and Diana Ross that are up there in 80, that's a blessing, right? Because some people did not make it to that age. And my mom was one of those people that did not make it there. So for them to be up there, that's a blessing. Okay, Mara says she did not work over the weekend. I don't blame you, darling. Take some time off. That's what you got to do. I need to know that the weather is getting warm, like every couple of days. I need to get out after work as well and start doing some walking around myself, walking around a few blocks, because I ain't about to go to no gym, because there ain't no gym close to me that's walking distance. Any gym that I go into is driving distance, and I will not be paying no Uber and Lyft going back and forth 3 days a week for no them. I'm going to just walk around the block. Yes, leftovers are good. You're right about that. Peggy said, I eat leftovers, but I will be going away from home today. Okay, all right, I understand. And some people freeze their leftovers. I am not one of them kind of people. Let me tell you. If it's leftovers from yesterday, I could eat it today. Tomorrow, I can even eat it Wednesday. But if you're going to put it in the freezer and then tell me to eat it next week, no, you're not going to get me to do that. Hell no. And I'm not saying that nothing is wrong with it, right? Margaret FIC, you're not saying that nothing is wrong with it, but I guess because I never really done that. You know how people is freeze bread, like sliced bread they were put in the freezer if they had a sale and they bought a couple bags. And then to defrost it and then go and eat it. I don't like that neither, okay? And I don't know why. Maybe because we never do that in the islands. And I never got into that one here, so either in America. So, yeah. When the bread is on sale and I greedily go and buy two and the people in the house didn't eat it, guess what? When it just go bad, it go bad. Just toss it out. Ask me why I didn't leave one at the store, right? But that's why I say when you greedily go and buy two, knowing that it's not going to get eaten like that. Marcy, but now I'm upset because we had leftover chili in the freezer, refrigerator. We could have had chili dogs. Oh my God, exactly. There you go. But Marcy, let me tell you, if there's a 7-Eleven where you live in, darling, every so often, go in there and buy a hot dog, darling. They got a chili machine that you can press the thing and get the chili on it yourself. You can put the relish and all those things yourself. Delicious, dear. I don't think I've ever seen a 7-Eleven here. But in Florida, 7-Elevens are like all over the place. And that's where I used to go and get my hot dogs, darling. Know that you talking about that chili. But Lady Luxie, my oldest son, called me to wish me Happy Mother's Day. Also, his birthday is on the 17th. Look at that. That's nice. One day after Mark's. That is wonderful. Well, happy birthday in advance to your son, Lady Luck. Just in case if we don't see you. Wishing him many more years to celebrate. Marty saying he also digitalized an old C-tape of him and his sister when they were little. Oh, it is the best gift on Mother's Day. Oh, that's so nice. That must be really beautiful. Sorry, guys. I just want to know if I had a... Oh, that's nice. I'm glad to hear that. That was wonderful. Wonderful gift as well. Very nice. Peggy said New York have the best pizza. The next best is Marcoa in Georgia. Yeah, that's nice. But you are right. New York has the best pizza. I'm telling you. Even though there was pizza places that were around Florida, no. Never like New York. And every time I went back to New York, Donna, I see you in there. Welcome everyone that's joining now. Even though I went back to New York many times. But guys, you didn't put the birthday wishes in there for Tessa Sterling granddaughters. I didn't see no birthday wishes and love going up in there. Please, please. Thank you, thank you. I could never find that place that was downtown Brooklyn that had that pizza with the cheese that... You know, it's just the wanting to have it again, right? I still could not find that place because, like I said, they changed up downtown Brooklyn. And I don't know, maybe that pizza place was no longer there because it was not at the spot where it used to be before. So, yeah, it was just one of those things. But I think when I went down Pitkin, There was a pizza place that the pizza was good too, but it was not like that one, but it was still good. Marcy, last December on my birthday, I requested pizza and wings. So wait, so you just request and then your son will bring it for you? Well, that's nice. Darling, request whatever your heart desires, darling. Enjoy life. Tessa Sterling say her granddaughters, the twins, are 22. Oh, that's nice. Wonderful age. Nice, nice. Peta is saying my birthday is on June 29th. Awesome, awesome. We'll be celebrating your birthday too when it comes, as long as the day we be on here. And even if you're not on here, I'm still thinking of you because I know that Keisha Franklin's birthday is on the 22nd of May. And I was looking at that, and I know that we're not going to be here, but at least you're on my WhatsApp. So that's all that matters. All right. Oh, really, Marsh? That's nice, darling. She said her mom was almost 89. See that? That's a good age to get to, you know. If your mom or your grandma passed at those ages, then, you know, at least you don't feel bad. I mean, any age that any parent or sibling of yours passed away is always a feeling of emptiness, or, you know. Only yesterday morning I was looking through all the pictures of my mom and her smiles, especially when she was here visiting us and we were going to stores and I would be putting on these hats on her head for her to try on, and just seeing her big laugh. Like, my mom was a person that laughed a lot too. Her big smiles, you know, and I was looking at that yesterday morning on Mother's Day. Oh yeah, that in addition to times that I picked her up from the airport, and every time I pick up my mom from the airport, if she either comes here or if we meet in New York, then I always got to take a picture as soon as she gets here. But those are memories that you will always have. Marcy, yes, no gym, I'm with you. I'm going to just walk around the block, darling. That's it. You know what I mean? Because so now you're going to pay for a gym membership, and guess what? It's a waste of money. Because you ain't getting to go to the gym because either the way how you're working or finding the time to get there. And yes, it is something that you have to dedicate to and you have to make time. But in my situation, it's different. You know what I mean? So that's why I prefer to walk around. I've come to the realization that, well, what the heck do I need a car for? I don't need no car right now, to be honest. I can't get Mark to school in the morning because I ain't going over there to get stuck in no traffic, right? And then can't get back home to get to work on time because you know you got the school buses, this. When Mark get out of school in the evening time at 2:30, guess what? My lunch break already finished. I gone back to work. No, so I say, you know what, Carol? It don't make no sense. The only time I'll be able to drive, the car will be sitting all week. The only time I'll be able to drive is on the weekend. That means my tires going to start going soft because these are experiences I had when I was working at home in Florida. The car will be out there all week. Sometimes I'm making a car payment on a damn car that's sitting in the garage or sitting in the driveway and not thinking that's wasting money. Because I'm paying car payment, I'm paying full coverage, insurance, You see what I'm saying? For a car sitting in driveway. Can only be driven on the weekend. Thank God when my oldest son got his driver's license when he was old enough, because then the car started moving. Because once he got a job now, I told him drive my car, but be very, very careful. I had called the insurance and added him. So that's when the car start moving more. Before then, every weekend I come outside. I want to go somewhere. I got to go and check the tires. Because this one either looks soft, like it need air, something going on. That's the experiences I had. Pauline Johnson, good morning. Thank you so much, darling, for your gift yesterday. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. Karen Riles, Warren, I see you in there. Selma said, I freeze sweet bread and cake. I don't know about cake, freezing cake. Maybe sweet bread you could get away with, but because the sweet bread, you can always take it and cut off what you want and put it, you know, in the toaster or the oven or whatever to reheat it. But the cake part, I don't know about that. Yeah, I told you guys already, when it comes to cake and sweet bread, for me, I only like the ends of the bread. Whenever anybody buy me sweet bread or I buy myself sweet bread, give me the ends. And the cake, I don't care about no circular cake. Make the square cake so that I can cut off the ends. Because if I eat cake after that first day and the ends are no longer there, I got to slice it. I got to put it in the toaster and make it a little bit more brown or crunchy like in order for me to eat it. Not to make it go dark, you know, I'll take away the flavor. But I've been like that from the time I was in Barbados, all right? The ends of stuff is what I like to eat. Black cake, the same way. But if you give me a circular piece of black cake, I will still eat it, but not that much. Thank you guys for putting birthday wishes in there for Teresa. I'm sorry, Tessa Sterling's granddaughters. Thank you all. Thank you all for that. Appreciate you all. So Lorna Knights is saying frozen bread is better for diabetics. Really? Frozen bread, when toasted, lower glycemic index. Really? Let's see, I might mispronounce that name. Forgive me, okay? Really? I never know that. But, yeah, I mean, I could see people taking frozen bread out and toasting it, definitely. Or making like a, what you call those ones? Hey, cheese, oh God. We used to make it, help me. You put butter, you put the bread in on the pan, whether you do it in a frying pan, and just put your cheese or whatever you want on top of it and just flip it. They had a name for that, but I can't remember right now. And I ain't gonna sprain my brain, right? I'm getting older. Sonia Pink, I see you in there. Welcome, everyone. Marcy, yes, if they ask what you want to do, make sure you have something ready to request. You are right. You are right about that, right? But a lot of times I'd be like, I don't know, just anything, whatever, you know what I mean? That's just me, because sometimes at that moment, especially if your children are not close to you, you can't really think about what you want to eat, you know what I mean? Or what you want them to get you. So I just say, whatever. You just decide. I don't know. Yeah. So my daughter though didn't ask me nothing. She sent me a message. I think it was Saturday morning, must have been 6 or something, but she didn't ask me what I want for my birthday or nothing. I just magically was talking to somebody and I saw my phone pop up with a Cash App symbol and I saw her name and I was like, what the heck Tiffany sending $52 for? And I started thinking, 52? Why she ain't saying 50? Then it dawned on me, hello, did your child playing the same thing you used to do when they were younger? Yeah, so, but Marge is saying no. Donna is saying, Marge, going to the gym is too much of a commitment. Think of going to the gym like a relationship or a marriage. You got to think of it like that, right? Because those are things that you have to put in the effort, be dedicated to it. You know what I mean? Be faithful, be loyal. Think of it like that and you will get there. The days when you don't feel like going, oh, I'm so tired. But when you think about it, when you're living in a house with a husband or a boyfriend and you're tired, but he still want to do something, you say, I'm too tired. You're always tired. And then you say, you know what? Don't let me say nothing today because you're going to complain. Think of a gym like that. But for me, honestly, even if I had a car, if I was going out to work, I would leave my job and probably go straight to the gym is what I would do. Because I've done that before. Meaning when I was living in Florida, when I had a job, working out of the home, that's what I did. When I leave my work, I already brought my gym clothes. I leave in work because the gym has showers and everything in there. And I'm going to the gym right after. Then I go home and sleep. Because I was working night shift. So it was like the morning time that I would do that. And it had to be when the children were off from school, like mostly in the summertime. So Mars said we can buy ankle weights and wrist weights and walk around the house. You're right as well. There's a lot of people that don't even invest in them things. They just, I know somebody that does that. She told me she just, when it's really cold outside and she can't get out to walk, she would just start walking around her house, living room, back and forth all the way to the bedrooms. Do it like a couple of times. And, you know, just to stay fit. But, yeah, everybody got their own different ways of doing things. But for me, I said I'm going to start dedicating at least 3 days or maybe even 4, but I think 4 is pushing it. Let me say 3, where I walk maybe about 3 blocks after work in the evening, because ain't no way I'm going to do that in the morning time. No way. Okay, Selma. Okay. You mean black cake. Okay. The last time I had black cake, darling, was in, well, I think Tessa and Sonia Pink, they brought some cake. Was it black cake? To Atlanta. We went to that concert in the end of 2023. That's the last time that I ate cake like that. But it was very delicious. It was full of alcohol too, but it was really delicious. Thank you, Lady Luck. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Grilled cheese sandwich. Yes. That's the one that I can see myself freezing bread and then taking it out the fridge, thawing it out, and then doing a grilled cheese sandwich. Yes. Because it wouldn't bother me then, right? Because the bread is already grilled. So, yeah. But yes, my people. So, see, some like a lot of you enjoy your time. I'm sure some people ain't typing here, but they did some amazing things as well. You know, whether your husband is the one that cooked for you, or your children, or maybe you yourself even went to your children's house. Enjoy the time with your grandchildren as well. And that's what it's all about. For me personally, even if I was in Florida, I still, well, let me think about it, because my oldest son, he was living in Tampa, and January of 2024, he moved to Orlando. So I was about to say that even if I was in Florida, they weren't going to be close by, but I just remember him. And he's the one that would have been at least an hour away, 45 minutes, where my daughter's like 4 hours away. So, yeah. But, you know, children grow up, they got their own life, and they do their own thing, and that's what we have to realize sometimes, right? Look at Mark. Mark can be 16, and in no time, the next couple of years, Mark can be gone too. I'm not going to put a time on him, because he's the last child, so he might go a little bit later than the others. My oldest son is the one that moved a little bit younger, because I think when he left, he was 20... well, he was 22. But now I think about it though, my daughter probably moved out around that same time as well, to be honest. Because when my daughter came and told me she was moving to Miami, when I asked her, are you sure? I think she was about 22 or 23, to be honest. Yeah, and everybody was like, why is she moving out so early? You got to tell her she's too young. I said, what? No, I would never tell my daughter she's too young to move out. 22 or 23? How's that too young? No way. And she think that she can do it. And that's why I said, are you sure about this? And she said, yes, Mom, I'm going to be fine. I say, I know you will be fine, but are you sure? She said, yes, Mom, if it doesn't work, I can always come back. And I just get you that I come back. And I laughed, but she know I was joking. Really? Marcin, my daughter is 4 hours away now. Oh, sorry to hear that, darling. But, you know, it is life. It is their choice. Just like we had choices as well when we got to a certain age in life. You know what I mean? I overstepped my boundaries with my choice. I was the last child and seemed like I was the first one to leave the house. Wow, Jesus. And at a young age. But you know what? I'll do it all over again because, you know, I was gone from my parents' house at 17 because I came to America, so that was different, right? But, oh my goodness. My mom always probably used to think to herself, this girl. But Marcy, some people laugh and say 4 hours is nothing. Their child is like halfway across the world. So I guess we need to be thankful, definitely. And last year my daughter was talking about, oh, I can come by her for Thanksgiving. I tell her, Tiffany, you know that I just moved right in August. September, October, November. There's no way I'm coming back to Florida. I got to find a job, girl. Like, I need to find a job working at home. I'm not going to just pick up and go and buy a ticket and... No. Sorry, guys. Some pop-ups on my iPhone there. I was like, that's not happening. Oh, really, Marge? Marge said, yep, my daughter is only 22. But when did your daughter move out and went 4 hours away, March? Was it recent or was it right around when she turned 22 or she was younger than that? Just curious, because I know that it's 2025, and if I think back, let me see, 2020, that's what I'm saying. I think my daughter moved out when she was 23, to be honest, because she's been gone now for at least about 5 years. Well, she's moved from and went to Miami. March, she was 24. Well, that's a good age. Only God knows if I never came to America, how long would have been at my parents' house? Probably not long either, right? No, and it wasn't because they were strict or anything like that. It's because I was always a person that I wanted to just do, like I was a go-getter. Put it that way. I was that like my dad anyways, I was an entrepreneur from very early, so I was doing a lot of different things from young. So I'm sure I would have probably built a house or something and move out. Mara said she was away at college, so back and forth, and then now staying away. She just graduated. Well, congratulations to her. That's understandable then, Marge, because she went away for college. So a lot of times, when children go away for college, they end up staying either in the state where they went to school, where they went to school in, or they find a new state. So that's understandable. A lot of children don't come back to live with their parents after they graduate. But Donna said, I am blessed that my children live within 10 minutes to me. That is wonderful, Donna. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that, darling. That truly is a blessing. Indeed. Indeed. So, yeah. Even though they got some that live close and they still don't get along, they still don't come and visit, but having them close by is definitely a plus. And guess what, Donna, if you have grands, guess what? They're right around the corner from you. Close proximity. So that is wonderful as well. Caddy say you would have been a little rebel. I wasn't a rebel because I didn't used to get in trouble or arguments with nobody, but I just had that mentality, that type of mind of always doing something, planting something so I could sell it. That was just who I was, but I was not a rebel, darling. No, if you talk to any of my my neighbors that live in my neighborhood, they will tell you how quiet I was. I had time to be no rebel or fight with nobody, darling. I was too busy trying to figure out. Let me see, I can get some red pepper seeds, green pepper seeds. I can plant these. Let me plant some seasoning. About some time. Yeah, darling, I had the time to be in a rebel space. But when I mean that, I was the one that get the most trouble, meaning that I would do things. I would just go places randomly without even asking. That's just who I was. But not argumentative with nobody, no. Just like my trip to Puerto Rico, right? I went and bought a ticket because I paid for it with my own money because I was working. I was a beautician. I was doing people here, making my own money. So I went down and I went to a travel agency and I said, I want to go to Puerto Rico this date. You know what? I'm going to go from Friday and I'm going to come back only about 3 days. And I'm making all these plans right there in the travel agent. A child has... Oh my God. And the woman thinking to herself, are you going to be going by yourself? Yes. How old are you? 16 or 17? Going to be 17. Are you sure? You want a hotel? No, just give me a flight. I will figure out the hotel when I get there. Oh my God, that was me, okay? I'm sorry, not rebel, but thinking that I could do business by myself at that age. But you know what? I was doing business before that age anyways, because I told you guys that 14 into 15, I was already planting stuff and I was selling them, but I used to get my oldest brother to go and take them to the place that I would sell them to, right? I would get, I had seasoning, the long seasoning, and I was selling them to this place for like $7 a pound. So when I pack them out and I tell my oldest brother, take these for me, you can get paid. He want how much you paying me. I said, boy, just take the things. We'll talk about the money when you come back. And so that's what I'm saying. I was doing business from early. So maybe my mind was thinking, yeah, I could go and buy my ticket and just go to Puerto Rico. It's not a big deal. And exactly how I thought anyway. I never thought about Carl, do you know that this is scary? You don't know that this is crazy? No, I didn't even thought about nothing like that. I just bought the ticket. Went home all excited, catch the bus, went home. Come home, my mother. She said, what are you so excited about? I said, yeah, I'm going to Puerto Rico. What? You're not going to no Puerto Rico? Who are you going to Puerto Rico with? Myself? Carol? You crazy? You're not going to no Puerto Rico? I said, Mom, look at this. I already bought the ticket. My mom said, what the heck? You're not going to Puerto Rico? People down there don't speak English. I said, Mom, it will be fine. It's going to be fine. She said, you're not going to say, Mom, but I already bought this ticket. This ticket cost me $200 and something. I already got my spending money, my US money. Mom, but I'm leaving in 2 days, you know, because my flight is Friday. Guys, because I think that, now that I think about it, my flight was, I bought the ticket to go in the next few days, guys. And my mom was still in her kitchen shocked, like, what the heck? Seriously, she was still saying, I'm not going. I said, Mom, I already bought the ticket. I can't let this ticket go to waste. I'm going to be fine. She said, we're going to stay. But I said, I'm going to stay at a hotel. She didn't know that. I didn't know it was a hotel, right? Because I told the travel agency I'll get the hotel when I get there. Because you know why I said that? I did not want them to go and put me in a hotel that ain't going to be close to shopping. I don't even know. This woman in Barbados knows something about shopping area in Puerto Rico. So that's why I told her, just let me get the ticket. When I get to Puerto Rico, I will figure out the hotel. So I tell y'all, when I got to the airport at Puerto Rico, I'm all excited, guys. I ain't even thinking about nothing that supposing people can't speak English. I just thinking I got this thing all figured out. When I go on to the man, the people has checked your passport and everything. The man looked at me. He said, are you traveling alone? I said, yeah. Let me see your passport, your ticket, and I give it to him. And he said, but you're only, yeah, it's okay. Have you ever been here before? No. Okay. But anyhow, he said, where are you staying? I said, I'm not sure yet. Somewhere close to shopping. Guys, I never forget. It was a white man, right? With a Puerto Rican, you know. And the man was looking at me like every time. It was crazy too. It only dawned on me at that moment. And then when I got in the cab, it dawned on me that I did not think about what these people asked me about. Because when I went out, and I told the man said, oh, where are you going? And I said, oh, just take me to a hotel that's close to shopping. But, you know, in some place that is okay. And he said, okay, it's close to shopping. Okay, all right. He said, come on. I ain't even asked him how much he can charge me. No, nothing. Just got in the cab. Because I figured, well, I got my money and I'm okay. And the man said, you look young, though. And I said, yeah, I'm only such and such. And he said, oh my God, and you came here alone? Have you ever been here? And I said, no. And he said, oh, are you scared that something happened? I said, no, I'm not. Just take me to some place that's close to shopping so that I can either take one bus or something. And he was talking about worrying about me. And I'm asking him, what's the name of the shopping areas? Tell me how I can get there. Tell me if I need a bus or whatever I need to do. And guess what, guys? That man took me. Honestly, he took me without any problem. And I said, thank God. But Raphael, I see you in there. I'm a little bit tired, but it's all right. You know, life goes on. New day, new week. Thank God for life. So, yeah, so happiness will never leave your life. Amen. In the mighty name of Jesus. That's why I say all my life, God has been covering me. He's been there for me. Even when I went on that Puerto Rican trip, as a young girl, not even thinking twice, or even thinking about all the crime or all the evil people out there that could do things to you. I never thought about none of that. I'm honest, telling you the honest truth. Even hearing these people telling me about, you hear about yourself now? I was like, yeah. Like, okay, so what's the big deal in my mind? But when I look back on it, I realized that it was crazy. It was a big deal. No wonder why my mom was having a fit. You know what I mean? But for me, I just did it. No fear, nothing. And it went well. I had no problems, not even one day. I didn't sleep that well, because I guess after I checked in the hotel and I realized that, wow, I really am here by myself. So many nights, the nights that I were there, I didn't sleep that well, but you know, it was all good. Donaldson, my oldest grandson, went away for college. He ended up staying 3 hours away. The other 4 are here so far. Nice, wonderful, darling. That is wonderful. So yes, Caddy, I don't want it to make it seem like I was a rebel type. No, no, no. I had time for that. I was more business minded of doing things like that. Marcy, flights are scary right now. My daughter has to fly and I'm so nervous. Yes, I understand where you're coming from, darling. And I ain't flying and going nowhere now at this point either. Priscilla Gardner, thank you so much for 300 stars. Priscilla said, I see that you had a delightful day yesterday. I really did. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I'm just the kind of person that when I do things or I make a move or I travel or whatever, I trust God, right? And I trust the process and his timing and everything. That's why I don't go, I don't think about fear. Just like when I was going to Nigeria, right? I didn't tell nobody I was going there. My mama knew I was going. Mark knew I was going. But I told other people at the last minute, why do that? Because I know, that country, oh, girl, this. And it wasn't only because of that either, honestly. It was because I just want to keep my business to myself is why I did that. But then I remember when I told my sister a few days or a week before I was trying, she said, what? This. I said, it'll be all right. It's going to be fine. Yeah, because again, I just trust God, right? If you're supposed to Kapai, if you're supposed to leave this earth Wednesday or Friday, there ain't nothing you can do. If that's already planned that God got for you, you don't know that he got it for you. But if that's the plan and the day that he had for you to leave this earth, ain't matter what you do, you going, you leaving. So if I travel to Paris or one of those places and people think that this is a crazy idea, don't you know this? You should travel in groups, this and that. If it's not meant for something to happen to me, God gonna take me there safely and gonna bring me back safely. And that's just the way how I like to think of things. Because guess what? All the talk that they talk about my Puerto Rico, when I came back, they still can't believe that I went to Puerto Rico by myself. Guess what? Now they want to go with me, right? Now I went to Puerto Rico 5 times. And every 5 times that I went to Puerto Rico, everybody want to come with me. Everybody want to come with me. Even my mama went with me twice. One of the ladies that went to the beauty school with me, when I came back that first time, and she said, well, Carol, I still can't believe you went to Puerto Rico, though. Like, what the heck? I said, girl, don't worry about that. Let me tell you the products that I get, girl. Girl, let me tell you the price of this when I start holding up things when I went. But she was, girl, say, you could believe I only paid 5 cents for this? She said, what? Girl, the next thing in the Puerto Rico, let me know, because I want to go. Yeah. Before another month, guess what? We had tickets, and she was going to Puerto Rico with me, and she brought a friend too. So it was me, her, my mom, and her friend, 4 of us that went to Puerto Rico. We got 2 separate hotel rooms. I took them to the same hotel that I stayed at. Yeah, so all that talk that they were talking, they were shocked when they saw what I got. Yeah, but okay, Marge, you're responding to someone. So sometimes if you sit and you think of fear, and you think of fear and you don't ever do things, that's how you're going to be living your life in fear. And fearful of this and that. And don't be fearful. Don't be scared to be alone by yourself. Sometimes it's good to be alone by yourself. Sometimes. Because I remember even me, I used to say, Lord, oh God, I can't wait till this child to get old and they go and live by themselves and whatever. And when my children left, I did not pine, meaning I was not sad that they were gone, no. Because I realized that the reality is that children are going to get older and they're going to move on. They're going to go and live their own life. And you just got to do you and, live yours too. So when they two gone, one day I told Mark, that was about 2 months ago, I said, just don't forget about me when you're gone. And that's all I told him. And I just laugh it off because I know that one day will come that he too will be gone as well. Mara said, I woke up at 5 a.m. white. Darling, that was the time you were meant to be up. I mean, just thank God that he woke you up today, because some people didn't wake up today. They might celebrate Mother's Day yesterday and they didn't wake up this morning. Some people celebrated their birthday yesterday and they didn't wake up this morning. So thank God that you are one on the woke up list, darling. Mara says, so I woke up and I'm laying in bed. So I'm like, well, I might as well get up. And now I'm a little bit tired too. Why do you think I was drinking my coffee? That I will have to warm this up before I start to work and sip on it. Because I told you that new project I'm working on at work, right? Now I'm not going to be taking calls back to back. When I'm doing that, it keeps me going, you know what I mean? But this other project I'm doing now, yeah, I'm not talking to people that much unless I need to call them about insurance or something for upcoming appointment. So I'm going to have to drink that coffee. Otherwise, I'm going to be there clicking and falling, nodding, and we can't have that happening. Mara said, I was worried about some stuff lately, and I made a prayer list, and God came true. God is good. God is good, darling. That's all you got to do. Trust God. Trust in God is what I'm going to tell you, darling. Trust in God and God alone. No matter what's going on, take it to God and pray. Take it to God and pray, darling. Yes. And just be strong and keep your faith and trust the process, darling. Do that. And He will bring you through. I can tell you. Firsthand, I can tell you. Because if I sat here and I had time and I tell you what God has brought me through from September, no, I lie. Let me go back. From November of 2022 all the way up until last year, you will understand, darling. But only the strong will survive. You have to stay strong. Keep strong. Because if you don't, you'll break down very easily. And yeah. And me, I'm not a person that tells people my business like that either. So I keep a lot inside because I'm talking to God and I'm trusting God. And I'm learning even now that I need to do that even more. Of putting my trust in God and God alone. So you too will realize that. That's why I say even when you are alone by yourself, you are not alone because God is with you. So when your children are out the house and it's only you can't hear a song. All you can hear is everything outside going on, little cracks, this and that. Trust me, God is with you, darling. No need to fear. But Mara said, I drive Uber. And my sister said, no, that's too dangerous. Okay, you can worry about it or you can do it. True. You don't control what's going to happen. Amen. Exactly, Marge. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You understand? Because if you are meant to drive Uber, if you're meant to do DoorDash for the next 3 years, 4 years of your life and collect Social Security or whatever else you got going on, I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, but I'm just giving an example. You do it, you go there every day, you trust God and ask God to guide you and protect you, and He's going to do it. He's going to do it. But yes, our loved ones, they will always think of fearful things because they listen to the news and they see things going on all the time, whether they watch YouTube stuff. And yes, there's things that happens. But is it going to be your fate? Is that a fate that God has for you? Is that how your life is going to end? It might not be. You understand? His plan for you is going to be different to that person that something bad happened to. And, people don't realize that. But yes, they will worry. They will tell you, oh, it's not safe. Don't do that. Yes, they will. They definitely will. I did Uber as well for about, I didn't do it for long, to be honest, because I was working at home. But I had a bill that I needed to pay and catch up on, okay? So when I finished working, by a certain time, I told you guys I was scheduling my own hours. I will set myself to finish at a certain time and get out there and go and do Uber for about at least 3 hours so that at least I'm finishing before dark. Why was I concerned about the dark? Not because of safety, because my eyes are not the best when it get dark and driving. And even though I'm wearing glasses, I don't like to do night driving. So I want to do Uber till outside start getting a little bit dark, and then I turn off that thing and I said that's it for me for today. Because you don't know every place that this Uber is going to take you, right? You don't know all the roads. So it's not to say that you know the roads, so okay, I'll be fine. But when you get that call now that you don't know where the hell you're going in the dark, so I could never do night Uber driving, but I wasn't scared. I did it for the Therese K. Thank you for the 100 stars. I appreciate you. Even for the few months that I did it, I was not scared. I really wasn't. You know what I mean? Even when sometimes people get in my car and all you can smell is like they were just smoking with that strong thing and they ain't got no common sense. They come in people's car for them to drop you someplace. Even when those type of people came in, it still didn't bother me of safety. It's just that the smell, and I'm thinking, what the heck? I'll just crack my window a little bit, you know, not to be rude, to make them get no crazy ideas in their head, right? But if it's not meant for you to go like that, it wouldn't happen, right? So you just got to tell them, don't worry, I'll be fine, because you trust God. And you don't got to tell them that part, but you just tell them that you'll be fine. But Marge, yes, I know that they will worry, and there is a lot of women out there that drive Uber. Plenty women. One even picked me, oh Lord, where is she? One drove me the other day, and you could tell that the lady is up there in age, right? She looks like she's probably in her 60s, and she's doing Uber, you know what I mean? And she's doing it well also, like she's been doing it for a while. So maybe that's somebody that she's probably getting Social Security, but it's not enough to maintain with the cost of the food now, you know? So she's doing that on the side maybe, and I'm just saying. Mari said, yes, that would be dangerous if you can't see at night. And it's not that I couldn't, for me, I felt like I can't see that well to do night driving. So I can only see just a certain feet away. So to go in areas that I'm not familiar with, no. I'd stay away from that, darling. Yeah, so Marcy, yeah, you can tell the sketchy ones. Yes, exactly. You know, one time when I was driving Uber, I started out in Kissimmee, right? Because that's where I live. And I tell you guys, I always used to stay in the Disney area, right? And I got a call. And this person was a person that was there. They came from out of town. But now when I tap the call now to see where it is, it's picking them up from a hotel. And I said, okay, let me take this one because this ride is going to earn me $26. Then I realized when I want to go, I said, Jesus. But I said, no, Carol, just go because it's still worth it. I had to take them over to Lakeland, which now I got to go on the highway. But Lisa said we made it over there. So guess what? As soon as I got over there and the person got the car, I had forgot to turn off the thing so that I can drive back to Kissimmee. And guess what? Ping! And I get in the call for late and I'm like, what the heck? So I didn't want to decline it. I accept it. But I don't know Lakeland, meaning I've been traveled to Lakeland before and I saw it. But I never drive the roads, the streets over there. And I was like, oh my God. But anyhow, I did it. And then I said, okay, it's not that bad. Maybe I could do 2 more calls over here before I head back to Kissimmee. So that by the time I head back to Kissimmee now, that would be the end of my day. Let me tell you something. After the 4th call, I say, no, I'm done with this crap. Because now I felt like it was venturing me into roads that it was confusing. Because the Uber telling me to go there and then finding out that taking me in circles. So that's how Uber will work for you, you know. So it's good to drive in areas that you are familiar with. So that way, when Uber tell you, go down there, take a left at this street, you saying, hell, forget about you. That's wrong. I know I could get this place just by going on the next street here. Those are the places that I love to venture into. Oh, yes. But I enjoyed that few months that I was doing it. And then once I got caught up on that bill that I was trying to pay, guess what? I stopped doing the Uber and I just buckled back up on my hours at my work at home job. Yeah. Because you know that doing Uber as well going to put a lot of miles on your car. I know, Marge, your car already got a lot of miles already. You told us the other day. But when you're doing Uber, prepare for your cars to get a lot of miles. Yvette said we had 2 shots on Friday. 2 young men lost their age, 31 and 22. Wow. You see that? I told you guys. And I wonder if those had ever disrespected old ladies or old people. That's what I'm saying, that a lot of these young people now that are sitting back and they're calling people old and stuff like that, they better pray to God Almighty that they live to see the age that us and their grandparents has made it to see, you know, because back then things weren't as bad as it is now. Marcy, here when that happens, ping, and you forgot to turn off the two-bit thing, right? But then you have the option to decline it, Marge, as well. I've done that in the past when I really had to go and it ping and I just had to do decline and remember to turn it off right away. Yep. So those were the days. And I used to love the ones when the tourists got to leave the hotel and go to the airport. Because when you're going to go to that Orlando airport, guess what? That ride is going to pay you well. Hotel rides are going to pay you well. The only thing is that a lot of times when you go to the hotel, to the airport to drop them off, you're praying to God that you will get a pickup from the airport to take them to another hotel. Man, I used to be lingering around over there by the airport, but the people tell you, go, 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 because I'm waiting to see if I get a ding. And a lot of times it never happened. And Mara said they need to give us cars. You know that you can rent cars from Uber, I think, to do driving. I think that they still do that, right? Yeah. But, you know, I mean, if that's something you'll be doing for a long term, maybe you can invest in a good vehicle and but you know, you're still going to put the wear and tear and the miles on it, yeah. Back then, I was doing it in a 2017. I think it was a Toyota Camry that I had back then. Yeah, so my vehicle only had, when I initially got it, I only had 300 miles. That was the same vehicle that I traded paying full coverage insurance and car payment that was sitting in my driveway many times. So by the time I started doing Uber, it wasn't even 1,000 miles yet on the vehicle. Because I wasn't driving the vehicle much. I don't know what the heck I even didn't get that vehicle for, to be honest, when I look back at it. But that's life. Sometimes we do some things that we regret. But that's the past. But my people, I got to get off of here now. Thank you all so much for joining in today. Today was just to talk about our weekend, our Mother's Day, birthdays, whatever happened. But I appreciate all of you. Vanny in the house. Vanny, we celebrated your birthday on the day, but you weren't here. But I hope you had a wonderful day. Thank you so much, darling. We hope you had a wonderful day on Friday when it was your birthday as well. I figured that you want to join that day because it was your birthday. And I don't know if you had to go to work. But hope you enjoy. Yeah, Marge, you can do that, darling. But just make sure that you're doing it enough days per week so that you can make the payment. Because I think that they charge you a certain amount per week, right? So you have to make sure that you're doing it at least 4 or 5 days to make that money. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be paying out the money that you're supposed to be using for pay bills or buy food or whatever. It's okay, Danny. That's all good, darling. So now a newer car puts lots of mileage on it. Yeah, but it's reliable. You know what I mean? Mara said, my car has 304,000 miles. On it and going strong. I got total at red light. Idiot girl ran right into me. What? So the vehicle got 304,000 miles. It got total? Now, Marge, want to hear about that. What? So what the heck you driving now then? I'm sorry. That's not my business. But Marge, what are you driving now? Lord have mercy. Marge, man, you tell me that late. Scotty, you're welcome. No, I want to hear about that, Marge. Next time I come live, please join in Wednesday morning. I want to hear about that. She said, idiot girl run right into me. Jesus. Well, she must have hit you real hard for that car to be total. Wow. Jesus, and what kind of vehicle was she driving that made yours total? Wow, wow, wow. Damn. All right, Vanny, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, darling. Sweet. I don't ever work on my birthday. She said, okay, wonderful. That's wonderful. All right, my people, let me go. Thank you all for interacting this morning. Marsh, come back Wednesday morning, 7:30 Eastern Time. I want to hear about this vehicle. What are you driving now? Or what will you be driving now to do your Uber and your door dashing so that you can pick up more bullets for these people and condoms and dildos? Come back, Marge. We want to hear. My people, I love you all. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day.